Wait, so you say every time you've been on a podcast with him? How many? How many times does that entail?
Oh.
So this one.
Shall you take this, Dan?
We got this one. We got this one. We got the Beardo, in which he was a guest.
Beardo? Yes.
And then the past 5 episodes of Marvel Topics. So like 7. We got 7. It's
That's not
consistent.
bad.
Every time.
Consistent booms.
Yeah, consistent booms. Boom.
Boom.
Wait, did I say it for the Beardo too?
Yeah, you said it for the Beardo too. I have the recording. I can find it. And I'll put it up. I'll put it up.
Maybe
Play
it's a
it now,
nervous tick.
live.
All 7 booms.
No, it's not nervous. That's a broadcast thing. It's like something voice actors do a lot is they'll practice a specific line to get them into character. Like, I see you're wearing Dragon Ball Z. I can almost guarantee you there have been a time or two where Chris Sabat has practiced over 9,000 to get himself into Vegeta voice.
Oh, yeah.
It's just a thing.
100%.
Just a thing, baby. Just a thing.
And I doubt it would be a nervous tick if it's boom. I would think that would be that would be a term of confidence.
You think, or maybe that's what I want you to think.
Maybe. But you exude a lot of confidence, D.
You do.
That's
100%.
I'm glad it appears that way. My pants are soaking wet. No.
I mean, wait, is that not a sign of confidence?
Would you say that they are one shot?
Yes, my pants are one shot. No, so the new
Look.
call out is 5/8. he's not quite one shot. He's
Not quite.
5/8.
Getting there.
A baker's one shot.
A big
Less than full. Yeah, a baker's one shot. Yes.
within range. Okay, I dig that. I think I can understand. I can understand that call out. I got it. I feel you. You. Oh my goodness. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 275 of the Planet Destiny podcast. Your podcast about all things going on in the Destiny universe this week. Back once again as our usual roundtable of hosts, headed off by Mr. Dan Finity, the one and only. Good to see you, buddy.
Oh, hi. Good to see you too. It's good to see anybody.
Great.
You know this though.
Yeah, it's great to see anybody. I like that you're in purple now.
Oh yeah. Wait, hold on.
I dig it.
Let's extra curse this up.
Right, I'm gonna go to red.
There we go.
Oh,
Now, see, if you're gonna do that sort of thing, we got to get Nim on, like, so he can hit his little voice modulator thing and go into Darth Vader voice.
Yeah. So I'm getting the vaccine on Tuesday, and I had a conversation with my mother. And she's not a vaccine person. However,
Right.
I thought about I posited this on stream today. I was like, I should call her up and saying, "Hey, Mom, I don't feel so hot," and then do the dial-up tone.
Oh boy. All right, everyone gets one for free. I'm gonna do this one for your mom. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
But it'll be so funny.
wow.
For all mothers out there, don't do that. Don't do that. I can just imagine how my mama would react.
Don't be like,
would-
yeah.
Listen,
Somebody
live a
said that I
decent
should
distance away
auto-tune
from her.
myself.
I could see her run into my house with a switch in hand right now, grabbing another switch off of every tree she goes past, because
Make a
my
super
bottom would be
switch.
tore up. Oh, it'd be bad. Don't do that. Anyways, my name's the Black Link. Joining us this week, our special guest host is the one, the only, a man of many memes, D Flawless. Welcome to the show, buddy.
That is me. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
I almost said welcome, and that would have been awkward. Thank you for having me. Welcome to your own show.
I have legit never once been welcome to this show, so please, I'm still waiting for my invitation. I just showed up.
TBL.
I just showed up, and nobody told me to leave. So I don't know who here used to watch Martin, but bruh, man. From upstairs. That's me. I just came through the window, went through like the refrigerator. Everybody was gone. Holtzman had left. Like Tiffy was asleep in the back bedroom, and I just kind of came in, started making me a sandwich from the fifth floor. They're like, I could have, man. Briar came down with like, bro, man, what you doing here? And I'm just like, making a sandwich. Bro, man.
No, it was like, sister, go home, Roger.
Go home, Roger. See, we never got to that point. I'm sorry to bring so many black shows to y'all on a Sunday, but it's what I watch.
Hey, man.
Nobody ever tell me to leave.
I remember.
I'm here for it.
That's right. I'm glad I got somebody who understands.
I'm with you.
So anyways, welcome to the show, man. It's great to have you here. And I was looking forward to talking to you about quite a few things tonight because you've made probably some of my favorite memes of the last century, shall we say.
Wow. High praise. Thank you.
Right. But for those out there who may not be acquainted with you, why don't we take a little bit of time to introduce who you are and what it is you do, Mr. Flawless? What you got going on?
Sure. Yeah. My name is D Flawless. I'm a family-friendly entertainer and creator. So on the Twitch channel, we play a lot of Destiny, a little bit of Apex. Don't call me an Apex main. And some other games. You know, we like Final Fantasy, so we kind of dive into any new hotness that's coming out, but we play a healthy dose of Destiny, maybe even an unhealthy dose of Destiny. I don't know, but and on the Twitch and on the Twitter and the TikTok, you know, I'm making memes about video games, and yeah, that's me. I also have a wacky kooky family that comes and interrupts my stream at times. Dan's laughing.
Oh, I know.
So that's me in a nutshell.
Right on. And I say I very much appreciate the family friendly aspect there of live streams. It's something I can watch with my nephew.
Yes.
All of us get a kick out of it. I don't think, not that everybody should shoot for that sort of thing, but I don't think there's enough of it around these days. And I very much appreciate that because humor can be universal. Mm-hmm. And I think a lot of the stuff you put out is universally funny. We were talking a little bit before the show went live about the meaning of one shot. I love that skit so very much because I can just think of times when I was playing Flawless and I'm okay. First of all, we'll say, but I used to roll with some sweaty behind boys, and like they would be going through like, all right, I got one dude in sights. Oh yeah. He's one shot. All right, I'm going in. Shotgun.
That just means they want you to go in.
Shot. I mean, one shot. If you
there
hit
should be like
shot, I guess.
There should be like a translator that comes across the screen, like what they actually mean when they call out one shot.
He's one
shot. Allow me to translate.
It usually means avenge my death. That's what it really means. Avenge me.
So. What I would picture is like from Arrested Development, Ron Howard coming on, like somebody going, "He's one shot," and then Ron Howard saying, "He was not."
He was not. Or Morgan Freeman. In fact, he was not one shot.
As that boy would soon come to know. Indeed, he was not one shot.
He was not.
But yeah, you know, you put out a lot of great stuff in between the live streams and the TikToks and whatnot. I find your content highly entertaining, and so I'm really psyched to have you here on the show tonight, man.
Thank you. I'm. This is awesome. Go ahead. I was
just say also
tell me to shut up because I can babble. I can babble. Dan will tell you.
I think you might be like the only other person I've met in recent memory who has the proper appreciation for the Goofy movie from the 90s. Like,
yes!
Everybody forgets about it in like the best
great
90s Disney movies.
I can watch that anytime.
Tevin Campbell put out 2 jammas in that movie. We got 2 bangers from Tevin Campbell, and y'all gonna just forget about Goofy movie.
Tevin Campbell is a national treasure.
I just want to say the Leaning Tower of Cheesa is highly affected from that movie. Pauly Shore. Bit of a national treasure because of that.
To this day, if I see a can of Cheese Whiz, or if I'm interacting with a can of Cheese Whiz, it's the Leaning Tower of Cheesa.
Yeah. Leaning Tower of Cheesa.
Look at the weasel.
Yeah. Listen, kids, I know your parents bought you Disney Plus to shut you up. Go watch that movie immediately. Ranks easily among the best of the 90s Disney flicks. I love
but
Hercules.
That's it. Don't watch
great.
the sequels or the spin-offs. They're trash.
What sequel?
Well,
what
Goof Troop came before Goofy movie, right?
No, Goof Troop, the TV show. That was a good show. I like that show.
Yeah. That came before Goofy movie, and then Goofy movie.
Correct.
The second one was like when Max went to college.
So I don't even know. I've purged it from my memory.
A second. I don't know what you're talking about. It's weird. Why would anybody make? Why would anybody make a second Goofy movie? It's like making a live action Last Airbender film. Who would do such a thing?
Or like a CGI Cats movie or something. You know, it's just like, why would you?
No, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about.
D, we need to watch that and do a podcast about it. So, anyways,
the Cats.
It seems that I think they'd be less a podcast and more a therapy session. I mean,
it'd be a coping group. For cat survivors.
Get well. Oh man. So I'm so far off the topic now.
Sorry.
This is the best. This is when podcasts are at their peak, when it's just people clowning about things that matter, like the Goofy movie, which does matter. So, obviously, this is a Destiny-focused show, and that leads me always to the question of how exactly you got involved with Destiny. Everybody seems to have a different story, whether they started playing in D1 or D2. How did you get wrapped up in this franchise?
Yeah, so I've been playing since D1. It was pretty close when the game first came out. I kind of heard a little bit about it, and I was visiting my brother. He had bought it, and he's like, "Oh man, you got to check this out. It's from the people who made Halo." You know, I was a big Halo fan, and it's like, "All right, I'll check it out." And I was playing. I started as a warlock, and I just created a character, created a warlock. I was like, "Okay, they got Nova Bomb. That's cool." Fought the tank, and then I was like, "Wait, hunters have capes?"
Oh boy, we lost them.
And I've been a proud card-carrying hunter ever since. Killing that first tank, when you wake up in the cosmos, that spot just hooked me. I could just close my eyes and picture that first experience. I was like, "Yo, this is my jam," and I've just been hooked ever since.
Yeah, I mean, right on. I can remember playing through the Destiny beta, and I know that exact moment when you come out of the wall and like up in the sky, you see the skiffs and the catches coming out of hyperspace, and then like they just drop a tank on you, and it's like, oh, I guess we're fighting this now.
And the game just like, deal with it, buddy.
Just get to work, get to fighting. That was a cool moment. It was kind of one of the mind-blowing moments, and it's a moment we got to see in the original unveiling trailer for Destiny way back in, like, what was that, 2013, where like they got Underlord off of a random Kel.
So funny enough, I don't remember any of the promotional stuff leading up to it. Like, I just remember like being in GameStop one day, maybe I saw a poster like, "Oh, Destiny," and I took note of it. But like, I hadn't seen commercials or anything. I don't know how I missed them. But like, just my brother had. I mean, if he didn't have it, who knows? But here we are.
Here we are, all these years later, and still carrying that cape and that card for hunters, huh?
Oh yeah, always hunters for life.
Every time warlocks, they see a cape and it's like, "Oh, I can wear that." We keep losing our warlocks to capes, and it's ridiculous.
You warlocks, you guys are just one good tailor away.
I mean, if they can fix the jump, then yeah, of course.
Yeah. Just take some scissors to it, and maybe you'll get some more.
Maybe you get some more ups instead of downs.
Do one additional pump in, the Jordans.
right.
Get a bit more air there. Also, so it's funny you picking a class there, because of course, Guardian Games is going to be starting in a couple of days. We're going to be talking a lot about that on this show. And Guardian Games is the weird sort of Destiny-styled Olympic games where everybody picks a class and you kind of represent your home team there. And last year, we kind of had an interesting scenario where hunters were clearly outnumbering everybody. Again, fancy capes and all that nonsense. But wound up everybody getting caught by Titans. What happened there? But hunters?
I'll tell you
Y'all were
why.
supposed to run this easy.
I'll tell you why.
Why,
Bungie
Dan?
stepped in and they're like, hey. So we heard that there are a lot of hunters out there. So we're going to give
Let's
hunters...
give out participation.
Yeah. We're going to give hunters a 3-legged race to run while everybody else runs the Olympics. So
right.
Have fun, guys. And then it just deflated from there.
So that I mean, maybe that explains why Titans won. And you know, a lot of the bounties and challenges, whatnot, were really conducive to the Titan builds we had there for grenades and like instant melee kills. But y'all didn't get in second.
Nope, not even third.
You got in.
Not even third. Nope, not even.
How did warlocks, who were busy reading books and not even playing Guardian games, how did we get in second? What happened?
You know how? Because we know a setup when we see one, and we disengage. All right.
we said
we were like,
these games are not legitimate.
Right.
We do not accept the results of this game.
It was silent protest.
Yes.
That man said we saw a trap.
We're not stepping into that trap card, Kaiba.
No. Not today.
Well, not today, Satan. Not this time. That heir apparent wasn't worth it.
However, I will say, pretty fun during the ogre phase of Shattered Throne. Just saying.
Oh yeah, for the shield.
You just spin that guy up. They keep hitting you. You keep chugging along. It's a pretty good time.
Really? I don't have the gun.
People, so. Oh, you don't?
I don't have it.
Because you stayed out the trap.
I stayed out. I still don't have it.
I got the gun, but
I'll get it. I'll get it this go round. Seems like they're making it more fair, I guess. I still would like to just see a straight up best class wins, but you know, I'm not here to whine and complain.
Yeah, so for people who missed out on Heir Apparent last year, they are going to have another opportunity to earn it in Guardian games this time around, as well as the exotic catalyst that's going to be dropping kind of alongside the Guardian games. I think some of the steps for that got data mined too, and it requires completing a bunch of contendered stuff and a bunch of work, basically. But we'll get into that when we get into it. Before we dive straight on into the Destiny stuff, I did have a couple other questions that I wanted to ask you, Flawless. In particular, one of my favorite things that you do is, of course, your TikTok videos. Those things were gosh darn ridiculous. And I kind of wanted to pick your brain there about what got you started on that platform and what is it that makes you figure out funny skits? How you do it?
It's not really a long story. It's just it's my whole journey, really, just through content creation. I started just made a year of streaming on Twitch, right? This past month, a couple weeks ago. And when I was first getting started, I was trying to figure out how to get, how to grow my channel, how to get eyes on me. And I came across a tweet from another creator, Anubis, great guy. And he says, make your tweets interesting when you go live. I was like, okay, I can do that, So I made a short skit. King Allen actually saw it, retweeted it, and kind of got some traction there. And then I was like, okay, so I can, if y'all want to see interesting, I can do interesting. Then I started making characters, and then it just became this whole production. And then recently, I was talking with another streamer, Amaze, and he was, you gotta get on that. You gotta get on that TikTok, man. The TikTok is where it's at for you. I was like, all right, I'll do some TikToks, and I came up with, I don't even remember, what was the first one? It was the Bungie one about the I Like Cake video. It's funny. Funny fact about that video, that almost didn't happen. It almost didn't happen at all. I normally stream on Sundays, and it would just so happen to be a random Sunday where I had to work. But I was like, no, let me put some content out. Let me just do something. I can't stream. Let me just put something out there. And I made that video. I'd be lying if I said it took me more than 15 minutes to make that video. And I'm at work, and I just get a second to look at my phone, and Dr. Lupo's commenting on it. I'm like, wait, what? I'm like, guess I got to keep making these.
Yep.
So that's how the TikToks got started.
Just out of something, a side little thing you thought up real quick.
It was so random. It was, the concept had been something that I've been thinking about for a while. People always complain Bungie could be giving them something free, cake, yeah. People would still be unhappy. I was like, all right, let me just put a quick video out there, and it just took off. So
that's the way it is. And now you've kind of put out a bunch of them, and
yeah,
each one almost gets funnier than the last.
Yeah, so I definitely lean into things when I see that they're working.
Just remember, kids, don't be Kevin.
Don't be Kevin. Nobody likes a Kevin. Sorry to all the Kevins out there. I did something similar to all Travis's, and now it's Kevin's.
Yeah.
And I've barred myself from playing Apex. I'm just, pretty soon I won't be able to do anything other than just play Destiny. I can't make any call outs.
Yep. Just sit there quietly.
Just gotta sit there quietly because people are on me, man.
Well, right on. That's I think that's fantastic, and it's that's something about content creation that's hard to convey to people who don't make a lot, who haven't started in it yet, who want to start in it. It's like, just put something out.
Yeah.
Just put anything out. And sometimes, like you said, what you did, you had a day that you like to stream on. You couldn't stream that day, but you didn't just stop and go to work and not do it. You put something out, and that little something ended up becoming gigantic. And that's the way it is.
I was mad that I had to work that day, but now I'm kind of glad. I was like, oh, man, work kind of came in clutch.
That's one of those messages that, like, when people ask me, like, oh, how do I get started streaming? Like, what does it take? Just enjoy what you're doing. Put something out.
100%.
Even when you don't want to, put something out.
Absolutely.
That's how you get onto it. It's all about that grind. But all right, now that we've gone through the introductions there, what do you say we go ahead and dive on into the lion's share of what today's conversation is going to be about? And that is, of course, the game we're all here to talk about, Destiny 2. Y'all play some D2 this week?
Yes, lots of D2.
We had some Iron Banner. You guys get into that?
Yeah, actually, right before the show, I was playing some Iron Banner. So
how did that go?
Trying to level up, not so hot, it's the solo Iron Banners experience. But you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, I actually enjoyed my time in Iron Banner this week.
Were you solo?
No, I was playing. Playing with people most of the time. Yes, however, I found some I found some loadouts that I like. I got this. I have this sweet little. So back when I had to delete stuff, I had to get rid of this Death Adder that I liked a lot, and
yeah, I remember that.
So I was upset about that, but finally got one to drop, and this is the only one that's dropped, and it is corkscrew rifling, appended mag, auto loading holster, and a disruption break.
Okay.
And let me tell you, it erases Guardians.
Really?
It just, they didn't even exist. I was putting up like 3.0 KDs. Not.
Oh wow.
Like, that's not who I am. I am not that person. That's who I was today, though. We dropped maybe one game, and I'm like, what is this? I do not deserve this.
What is this newfound power?
I'm keeping it forever. No one can take it from me. I challenge the universe.
I gotta get me a Death Adder, man.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
this one's not bad. If you want to run a prophecy later, if you want to run a prophecy later, let me know.
Let's do it.
Is that the only place it drops from now?
Mm-hmm. Yes, it's still.
I haven't done any dungeons this season, so I'm down.
Really?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
I'm super glad they brought those back. Dungeons are a great way to spend about 30 minutes of time to get some easy pinnacles.
yeah. So like we ran that. Like yeah, I just had a lot of fun in Iron Banner. I don't know. Like I think it was because I wasn't going and expecting anything. I was just like,
Yeah.
we're running with buds. That's it. I didn't go in by myself. I only ran with teammates. Had a blast.
That still seems to be the secret to a successful Iron Banner. Don't do it solo.
Teammates, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so when I was playing with teammates, I was having a great time. But then once I hit that solo wall, and I was like, oh. It's like that gif of the baby who comes around the corner and he's like, oh.
Oh, yeah, turns around, runs back.
That was me all Iron Banner just recently.
I mean, I only played like 1 or 2 games. Not enough to really, just enough to go in and get a few of the bounties done. Didn't have an awful experience, but it was only like 3 or 4 games. So
Truthfully, it's fine. It's not that bad, unless you're on like me. I'm on PS5,
Right.
and the player base is kind of small, so you keep running up against the same people. So that's the biggest issue with me right now.
I wonder how much better that's going to get when Bungie implements cross-server compatibility, cross-play and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, it's got to be leaps and bounds better. Just opening it up like, that's the hope.
Yeah, I think so. Crossplay's coming in season 15, right? They have to do some sort of stress test like next season. And so I think with that, hopefully we'll see like an option to crossplay or not. And B, I think that will, with PlayStation 5 as close to computer or a PC as it is, I think we'd see some like stiff competition in there.
Right.
Yeah.
And I mean, you can play with mouse and keyboard on PS5, right?
I don't think it's supported yet.
Yeah, no, I think you got to do some hooking up if you want to get that.
Zimming.
Yeah, some zimming. I don't know if I want to see them. I think I just want it to be turned on. I don't like splitting player base. Like just turn it on. And I think they've already talked about like PC will only play PC unless somebody from PlayStation joins that fire team, in which case the PlayStation person is now in the PC lobby, but the console lobby is still left alone. I think that's the way it should be, and that's already what they're doing. I'm pretty sure that's what they said.
Yeah, that was they covered that I think at a TWAB last year, and you're exactly right. They're basically going to keep those separate, at least for PvP. I think it's PvE where they're just kind of mixing everybody in, which is, of course, perfectly fine. When it comes to PvP sort of environment, we plenty of other games do that sort of thing where they mix match lobbies between PC and console. Like Call of Duty does that right now. Warzone, does that. I don't know if Apex does.
I think Apex is similar in that you have to be, if you're playing with someone on PC, you're in the PC lobby. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So it'll be interesting to see exactly how all of that works. I know they're going to be stress testing it next season. I kind of wish they were stress testing it now so that we could have it next season when stuff like Vault of Glass went live. But I think that's going to provide an incredible benefit for the game when it goes forward. Just being able to do, even just allowing Xbox and PlayStation families to play together, I think is going to be a massive, massive benefit for the game, and it's about time. About time we got that.
Something that came up with that though was the communication system, like how comms work. So I know from my community, we're planning on using Discord the entire way through. As we have basically since like Season of the Arrivals, but Bungie like will have to work on a comm system as well for those who are not planning on doing that, because there is a slight access issue especially when it comes to like people who play on console. They don't necessarily want to be wearing headphones in their ears while they're
Yeah.
wearing headphones over them. So
Yeah.
Like me every day. Yeah. So all right, so is not to make this into is that what I have to do? I thought I was just like rigging it up. Like is that what needs to be done?
some people do.
The way.
Yeah, some people do that. I mean, like I have a little bit more of an advanced system just because we had to figure it out way early in the streaming career. But like
Right.
for most people that I know that have kind of like rebuffed against like our move straight to Discord, it was mainly because they didn't want to wear headphones while talking through their
Right.
phone while also doing that. So Bungie's communication system where you can opt into comms or not, that needs to be a little bit better overall.
Yeah, the one built into the game right now is a little janky.
Yeah.
To say the least. It's a little janky. And I'm like you, I don't do really any sort of in-game comms outside of Discord. Discord just makes things so much easier to just hook up to people. It's like everything that Skype promised to be.
Well, hold on. Let's wait on that too, because Microsoft just purchased them as well.
Oh no.
So
Microsoft's gonna take Discord to the moon, baby.
And possibly chase everybody over to gilded.gg.
Oh, I'm old, man. I can't keep learning these new technologies, dude.
Don't worry, gilded.gg is exactly the same as Discord.
Okay.
Looks exactly the same.
Good to know. So we've got Guardian games coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of GGs, Guardian games 2020 popping off in just another couple of days, and we got a nice, neat trailer for it over the course of the week, as well as a big article explaining everything that's going to be going on within Guardian games. It's mostly going to be the same as it was last year, but with a few added things. They're going to be adding in a new strike playlist, I think they said. That's going to have new and differing modifiers, interestingly enough, based on which classes perform the best in previous days. If you guys remember Guardian games from last year, every day you're in the tower, you're going to have this big podium that has basically all three of the class symbols on it, and it's going to show which of those class symbols accrued the most points within a 24-hour period. Now, last year that didn't do anything. At the end of the entire event, Titans got a statue. It was really more of a fountain than anything else, and also it got removed super quickly. But this time around,
made that in class.
I feel like
your Uncle Zavala, congrats,
Uncle Z, I made this for you.
I made this for you. It's a bird.
Guardian, put this somewhere in the tower. It's like, okay, all right, great. This is what we did. This is what Titans worked for. But this time around, I think they're doing something rather interesting in that they're going to have changing effects based on which class got in first, which class got in second, and which class got in third. In this new strike playlist, they're going to be bringing up classes that got in first place the prior day are going to have like different types of modifiers that, interestingly enough, only apply to that class.
Yeah.
And also debuffs that only apply to that class. And it's kind of going to go on from there. I find that to be a really interesting system because I don't think they've done anything specifically like that before, where they have changing modifiers based on class rather than just active universally for everybody in a party.
Right.
Pretty neat.
Yeah.
It sounds pretty fun.
It sounds like a good system overall. If I'm reading this correctly, when I read this on Thursday, I wanted to make sure that I got this right. So it sounds like gold, silver, and bronze are overall, like those medals on an individual basis contribute toward your group, right? And then platinum does as well, only more so, like about 3 times as much as gold does, right? It gives you 15 points when gold gives you 5. But it also seems like platinum gives you an individual buff.
Yes.
As well.
They talked about that in the contender area. Yeah, completing a platinum will give you an individual buff like called All-Star or something like that. So one of the things they're going to be doing is on a week-by-week basis, rather than just having a victory ceremony at the end of Guardian games in a couple of weeks. They're going to have victory ceremony every weekend. It's going to be kind of like a weekend reset thing. And if you complete platinum medals, you're going to get some kind of all-star buff where you can kind of go in on the weekend victory ceremony. And I think that's what activates your glows and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
So it's neat. It's Bungie's trying to incentivize people to continue playing Guardian games past the first 2 weeks.
Right.
Because last year, a lot of people checked out. A lot of people checked out of Guardian games after the first week or two, right? Hunters, as a class, entirely disappeared from the defense.
But they've also built something in that I think is interesting and could be gamed pretty hard.
Explain.
So,
or maybe don't. DM me. I want to get ahead before it gets out.
Well, in the first paragraph, right? They say like last year, we received a lot of feedback on how the overall scoring worked. You can read through this post for a refresher, or the too long didn't read. Is we had class-specific score weighting to account for all the differences in class population. We did this to make sure that hunters did not have a huge advantage because of, well, how many hunters there are. This year, we won't be doing any initial weighing on the scoring. Everyone's points will count the same, with an asterisk here at the start.
At the start. How
the scoring will work this year: bronze 1 point, silver 2 points, gold 5, platinum 15. But this is the thing that is interesting to me, because it keeps you in it even if your class is failing, right? It says we still have to account for different class populations. So this year, the class that comes in third place each day gets a permanent 10% bonus on scoring going forward. Now, does that roll over day by day? Like, if you get 10% on the first day, does that then add 10% on the second day and then 10% on the third day? And soon you're rolling percentages of percentages?
I hope not, because oh boy, could that be a problem.
Yeah. I would think that you would want to be the third place class a lot of time every day, until like a certain point when you flip the switch and you're like, all right, we're going for them, boys. Like,
yeah, now that we're at 150% gains, let's go ahead and power on through some contender medals.
Right.
I'd assume it's a one-time permanent 10% buff.
Yeah.
And that's it's just there to help. It's going to be something that all the classes will eventually get, since there's probably going to be a 24-hour period where each of the 3 classes gets third place.
Right. Probably the day after they
they reach first place. All right, I put in my work. I clocked in. And that was one of the real problems with Guardian games last year. It was a lot of busy work that did not have a lot of payoff.
Right.
The real reward for completing Guardian games last year was access to the heir apparent. And you could really kind of, as I recall, you could farm that out within a week. Because I did. I did it for the review video we had to put up for it. And then after that, I remember not playing at all. Like I got the heir apparent. It was a ridiculous grind of just going through and completing bounty after bounty after bounty after bounty after bounty, and then finally getting that. And that's the issue that I think Bungie ultimately is trying to avoid here. They're trying to find out a way to make this fun, and I think they're doing that by adding in the new Guardian games playlist. They're trying to give you something different to do with different modifiers and whatnot. But everybody here here played Guardian games last year, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we all quit Guardian games last year, right?
Yeah.
So why did we all stop playing? D, what about you? Why did you stop playing Guardian games last year?
I don't do well with just endless grind, like, and that's kind of what it was. I am a bit competitive, so that is kind of why I even interacted with it to begin with, because the thought of, hunters being able to win. But then, like, when all the shenanigans, I was like, all right, so I'll just do whatever. It just didn't hook me. Like, I am interested in playing it this go round because of the new playlist and the modifiers. I want to check those out, and the new rules that they're adding. So we'll see. But if it happens again where it just feels like I'm just spinning my wheels, I might drop it again. I hope not. I'd like for us hunters to take it home, but also, we got important stuff to do, like looking fly. That's
Transmog's coming next season.
So here's gonna be my end game when transmog comes. I mean, not to jump subject. My end game is to be the best looking hunter without transmog.
Oh,
everybody's gonna have transmog, and that way I'm gonna post my picture and be like, "This is no transmog, by the way," and then boom, just drop the mic on.
Fashionable and functional. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, I dig that. I dig that challenge.
We're in flex, but
but okay.
Yeah, I don't think that they can afford to have people fall off of it as heavily as last year. I think this year they're trying to make it work as an event that's its own thing, so that going forward they can continue that whole recipe.
Right.
Last year's recipe wasn't great, but there's something there. If it falls flat on its face again and you see the population bouncing off of it, like, I doubt we see this next year.
I mean, my whole thing is anytime Bungie introduces any type of game mode or activity, like sometimes they act like they don't know why people play, and it's for the loot.
Yeah.
It's for the loot. So like, I'm not going to do all of this for one machine gun. Like, even if it's an escape velocity and you just call it something different and you put a new coat of paint on it, like, I feel better about getting that new thing, and I'm going to stay in the playlist more. But if I'm just getting the same thing over and over, the game mode can be as fun as it wants to be, but
if there's no reason to play,
right, it's not going to hook me. So just I think they should like get more aggressive with, all right, these are loot drops that are going to be dropping from Guardian Games, and all it is just Guardian Games themed weapons we already have. Like, but people, people are going to grind for it.
I think I got the tuning fork ship, and I think that's where I fell off of it. Wasn't that earnable, or was that a Neververse purchase?
It might have been an earnable, because Guardian Games last year came with all the standard stuff. It had a ship, a sparrow, ghost, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So that might have been like one of the last rewards you could get from it.
Yeah, I want to say that I got the heir apparent. I think I got the ship from it, and then that's where I fell off.
Right. Because it was a lot of busy work without a lot of payoff. I remember last year, after I farmed and figured out a decent way to farm up, all the bounties, get all those done for Ava, and then to farm up, if you'll remember, a part of Guardian Games is picking up laurels, which are basically like the motes of darkness you get in Gambit, but color coded to your specific class. I remember figuring out a decent way to farm those in like one of the Ascendant challenges where you get infinite super. You just sit back and kill things nonstop for 3 hours. And I remember stopping at 1 hour and 48 minutes and saying, why am I doing this?
Yeah.
And that's the question. And a looter, you never want your audience to stop and say, why am I doing this? Because
I'm not that kind of gamer. I can't just sit in a corner and shoot a thing. Like, I want to be moving. If you want me to just sit, I'll just play something else.
And that's what I did. It took me over an hour and a half to get there, but after that point, I was like, "This has been an hour and 48 minutes, not a second longer." This is all the line study right here. But you don't want your audience sitting back and saying, "Why am I doing this? Why am I playing this?" There's no reward. There's nothing that I'm chasing. I was just doing it to pick up laurels and whatnot. And that's what I hope that they can avoid this time around. I hope they've got, they've shown off some of the rewards you're going to be going for. A lot of them look pretty good. I like the way the armor looks. I like the way the ornaments look. The Eververse stuff looks pretty cool. But make the game fun to play. Give people a reason to play it.
The way the universal ornaments are going to take shader too. Ooh, that was slick looking.
Looks good. Yeah, we got a great look at that in the Swamp. But so that's my one hope for Guardian Games this time around. I hope that it's worth the grind. If they're going to make us grind for something, give me something that's worth my time, and give me a lot of it. I've been playing an awful lot of Outriders over the past week or so, running expeditions, CT-15s non-stop. And it's because Outriders keeps giving me new stuff to play with.
Yeah.
Same bit of content I keep running over and over, but I keep getting new things to play with and new things to try. And here's hoping that's that's going to be the theme of Guardian games this time around. New stuff to do, new things to get.
So I had this idea about Guardian games, and I hope they do this. If any Bungie people are listening, next year this is a surefire. All right,
Okay.
you're gonna get everybody engaged with this. The winner of Guardian games gets their class weapon back.
Oh,
So Hunters would get Steel Piercer. Titans would get what was it? I forget what the one with the little shield, the auto rifle, and then the Warlocks would get Talala.
Yeah, the
oh my gosh.
What was the name of that? It looked like an elephant.
Yeah, it's the ugliest gun in the game.
It's a military term. I can't. Oh my god, it's right on the tip of my tongue. I can't remember what it is.
Are we about to go back to D1? The Fabian strategy. There we go. Thank you, King of Games.
Yugi, you are the homie.
Okay, like everyone would be engaged. Like, bro, we get the Steel Piercer back. Like, what?
And like, shoot, they could even double it up there. Like, if reaching gold status one day gets you the legendary, like the Steel Piercer, and then winning the entire event will get you an exotic or something from like back in D1. For Fabian strategy for Titans, they'd have to do something else for Hunter since it was Ace of Spades back then. Yeah. But man, Warlocks getting to Lalak back? Are you kidding me? You know what I would do for that gun? Bad things at 3 a.m. in a dark alleyway.
Whoa!
That's what I do to get that gun back. I think that's a fantastic idea because it plays into the entire notion of each class going against each other. That's a beautiful reward for you. You get if your Titans win, they get their class weapon back. That's fantastic, man.
I came up with that last night in a all right, weird. Last night I was in a float chamber. Don't ask.
Right.
You know, there's things that are your idea and there's things that are not your idea. This was clearly not one of my ideas, but but I found myself in this float chamber, and that's an idea that came to me. I was like, man, I would play the heck out of Guardian games if I thought I could get Steel Piercer back.
Yeah. Get a Steel Piercer. If I could get what was the fusion rifle name for Warlocks? Susanoo? Was it Susanoo? Something like that?
Yeah.
Man, that would be fantastic. What a shoot. Now, since I'm mad, because that's not going to happen, all they did was make me mad.
Sorry. I apologize.
Shoot, they could bring that back for Banshee next season too, because he's getting a revamp. They're changing the way his bounties and all that kind of stuff are working. They're pseudo bringing back Arms Day with him by giving him specific bounties that are going to drop specific weapons next season. I'd love to see those class specific weapons come back.
All that stuff, great man. Idea. Arms Day just kept me playing, and I feel like we don't have as much of that. I loved Arms Day. Like I didn't really use the weapons that much because I never got the roles I was looking for, but I kept playing. I was like, maybe I'll get the one.
Yeah. I mean, even if you never got something worthwhile out of it, kept checking Banshee every Wednesday to see what he was selling and what my previous week's package was. That's the same way I felt about a lot of the faction stuff in D1. It was always exciting to go back and see what new God rolled weapon the future War Cult would have for sale, because it was always them.
The Wormwood.
Yep, Wormwood. Busted.
Oh boy. Back when sidearm.
I'm a little bit of a hipster when it comes to the Wormwood, because before the meta with the stickies and everything, I was rocking the Wormwood. It was Last Word. Wait, what was it? It was some combo, because sidearms were special, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
so it was Last Word and Wormwood. I was rocking that, and I was just melting Guardians.
People didn't understand before the whole special ammo changes forced everybody to use sidearms. Sidearms are guns with last word time to kill, but a little bit more range and easy to use. That's what they were. It's good stuff. Yeah.
I had an Iron Wreath that I loved back in
Iron
the day.
Wreath was good. Man, I don't know why some of those weapon models still aren't in D2. Because Iron Wreath basically it reminded me of what was it? The MSG from Metal Gear. It's always Snake's starting weapon.
Mm-hmm.
The
It's like it was
SOCOM.
modeled directly. The SOCOM. Yeah. Crawl under a truck and find it. That's what OSP apparently means.
Yeah.
At this Russian base. There's just guns everywhere. But man, I miss a lot of those weapon models. I don't know why they haven't been all imported into D2 yet. You kidding me? I'd mark out for that.
Isn't the Keening kind of that though?
Is it?
Am I wrong in saying that? It looks
I'd
a
have
little
to
bit
bring
like
it up
it.
and look at it. Yeah, you'd have to link it to me because I don't even remember what that thing looks like.
I'll try to send it to you when I can.
But that's man, shoot. I wish they would do that with Iron Banner weapons from D1. I would love it if they brought back like some Yolder's Hammer and Finalis Peril and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
Shoot, that'd get me onto Iron Banner every day.
I mean, I put out a tweet not long ago about some ideas I had for Iron Banner. That
yeah,
I mean, there's just so much we can do, and I don't know if it's a thing of Bungie just doesn't want to do it, if they have a specific reason for not doing it, or if it's just really hard to do. But you know, why can't we get an adept Iron Banner weapon? Why are there no adept Iron Banner weapons?
Next season. That is going to be a thing that I do believe they mentioned that next season Iron Banner is getting an adept weapon, which is
there you go.
I'll take it.
There you go.
Yeah.
Why is there no Iron Banner title?
Yeah.
That I don't know. I can't answer that
Saladin
one.
forgot about us, man. He's got a bad memory post-Siva.
Alzheimer's Saladin. He just forgot that we're Iron Lords and all that kind of stuff.
He gets real mad at something. I want to say that he goes into like a blind rage. Like it's like first it's the Fallen.
Yep.
Now it's the Cabal. He's just entirely focused on our enemies and not so much on like friendship.
Yeah.
Joy.
Forgot about that whole. Yeah, that whole.
We killed Sepix Perfected for you, Saladin.
I was your Iron Wolf.
Went up to your tower.
You gave me a sword. Where is it, by the way?
Shax might have stole that one too. He took our other ones. He might have stole that one too. Man, we went up there. We cleaned his temple. We fixed his fires.
We
fed
reunited him with his friends.
Right?
Literally doesn't remember. Doesn't remember.
Never heard of you. Dang,
The
all right.
In the beginning of D2, Shax remembers, but Saladin doesn't remember.
Mad about it.
The Cabal.
Yeah, an Iron Banner title. Like Iron Lord. It's as simple as that. Bungie. I mean, they could do their whole gilding thing with titles that they're trying to push now. I mean, I don't know.
Yep.
I don't know why we don't have one. It's an event that runs all season long, every single season. Why not?
I don't know. We're starting to sound like a Twitter thread. It's easy. It's just that easy.
Just put it in the game. Just type it in Word document. Click and drag. Put it in the game. Like, bruh, why are we so lazy?
Either way, that's good stuff.
Kappa.
So what else?
I have to say Kappa.
Kappa.
Yeah.
Kappa B. So what else? I don't remember where we were with Guardian games. What else did we have?
We're gonna be getting a catalyst with Heir Apparent. And according to Light GG, it increases the arc shield's durability and partially reloads the magazine if it is destroyed.
I like that.
Yeah.
The entire fun of that gun is just kind of holding the trigger and just going full John Rambo First Blood on things.
Yeah.
It's,
you have to scream while you're doing it though.
You have to. It's actually written.
You have to do that.
It's written on the flavor text of this weapon.
Yeah.
You got to scream.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to getting the catalyst for that. It's a fun gun.
Yeah. What else here? What else we got?
I like the contender card system. I got to say, They're it's going to be it's how you get platinum medals this time around. Gold medals and whatnot are probably going to be tied to, I think they said, the bounties and whatnot you'll be picking up from Ava.
Right.
But contender cards are going to be this. It's going to be your weekly bounties essentially, since we don't have those anymore.
Probably a quest though. More like a quest log than
you'll be able to pick up a couple of those from Ava that you can complete each and every week. And like Dan mentioned earlier, completing platinum cards is going to earn you what's called All-Star stat, which will get you a special reward at the end of every week when they're doing the podium ceremony, where they celebrate whichever class gotten bronze or got silver or gold. I like that. It's pretty neat, though.
Absolutely.
And then, of course, rewards.
Yeah, you can bet that that's going to be one of the seasonal challenges. You know it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like earn platinum, earn all-star status. That's going to be one.
Be an all-star.
Yeah.
Like you play
now.
NBA jams.
Oh, you beat me to it.
Because we're the same person, D.
On that wavelength.
But yeah,
overall, good stuff.
Yeah, the armor looks good. I like the Sparrow. Sparrow looks slick. I like the universal ornaments and how they take shaders. They're like that is pretty awesome. There's a water bottle ghost. I could care less about that, but you know.
Talk about the tennis ghost, man. That tennis ghost is so sick.
Yeah, the tennis ball.
So awesome.
I can dig it.
Yeah, and we're gonna be getting some emblems. But I think one of the big things in this week's TWAB that we've yet to mention, future ornaments.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They had a poll about that, right?
Mm-hmm. They're putting it in our hands. They say last month we held a vote on which armor ornament set the community would like to see made for Festival of the Lost later this year. That kicked off a fun little Dino versus Monsters moment. Team Monster all the way. And we want to do something similar for weapon ornaments. We've identified 12 weapons as candidates for your consideration. You can pick up to 3 that you would like to see have new ornaments created in the future. We're asking for your suggestions super early in development and plan on completing this early next year. So those
Team Merciless, baby.
Yeah.
Merciless great again.
There's here are the contestants. We have Crimson, Fighting Lion, Graviton Lance, Lemonarch, Merciless, Risk Runner, Skyburner's Oath, Sunshot, Sweet Business, Telesto, Trinity Ghoul, and Vigilance Wing.
Right.
So your Team Merciless all the way, D. What are the other 2 that you'd like to see?
I gotta pull it up again. I just lost it. We have ornaments for a lot of. I think another Risk Runner ornament would be pretty cool. What were the other ones? Was Telesto on there?
Telesto's one. Oh, I know how you
anytime Telesto is an option, the answer is Telesto.
They delete the ornament because it breaks something about Telesto. Yeah.
Which breaks something about everything else.
Yeah. Personally, I would love to see Lemonarch not get 1, but 2 of those ornaments, because Lemonarch has not had an ornament throughout its history in the game. Also, 1 Risk Runner ornament.
So Risk Runner and the Lemon Bow.
Yeah.
The lemon.
Yeah.
It's not a bad choice. I'm with you on Lemonarch though, considering it doesn't have any ornaments for some strange reason.
Yeah.
It deserves 1.
Yeah.
It deserves at least 1.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely on Team Merciless though.
Okay.
That is a fantastic gun that doesn't get enough love.
No one plays with it. I mean, no one it's forgotten. It's really good though.
I don't see it
anymore.
It's
good. It's super good. Like, we know Loaded Question is getting revamped and brought back into the game for a special fusion rifle next season. I would love it if not the Loaded Question, but the Loaded Question's perk is getting added back into the mix. I would love it if that perk got added to Merciless. I think that'd be great.
Do you think they're gonna bring back all the old Pinnacle perks? Because they brought back Desperado, and then they're bringing back Loaded. Was the Reservoir Burst? Do you think we're gonna get Luna's Howl on future hand cannons or whatever the Scout Rifle perk was?
I think it's possible, They would, if they do, it'll be last. I think they would bring back Micro Missile before they bring back
gosh.
the Magnificent Howl.
Magnificent
I think
Howl.
they'd bring back Micro Missile, but put it on a heavy, just to smack you.
I think all grenade launchers should be heavies. Just that's.
Probably.
I was gonna say that's my hot take, but I don't know how many people would disagree with me.
I was gonna say one too many time with a breach loader.
It's just
obnoxious.
they're convenient apparently this week in trials. You know, you can get
Yeah.
people off of those floors, but it's still aggravating to die to a grenade launcher.
I found myself getting pretty good with a breach loader this week. I actually got the ornament for the Salvager Salvo.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And
that's a good one, man.
Yeah. I think I have all three now. And so like I've been going through and practicing with it, and I'm having kind of a blast with them. So I would disagree that I think all of them should be heavy. But
only because you're having fun with it now, Dan.
Oh yeah, and I'm also not seeing a whole bunch of people just plowing me under with it. So
yeah,
certainly not as bad as it was when Mountaintop was in its heyday, where it's just that weapon was a little oppressive. But yeah, I'd love to see them bring back more of the pinnacle weapon perks, like what was it, Master of Arms on Recluse?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
I think that could be real good on some LMGs.
Oh heck!
I think Master of Arms would be real good on LMGs,
or sidearm even,
or sidearms, right? Yeah, I think there's a definite place for those pinnacle perks. I'd love to see some of them come back. How would you? You know, this is a really interesting topic because I've thought about the pinnacle weapons. I've never thought about bringing their perks back and adding them to different stuff. But you're right. Now that they've done that with Messenger and Desperado, we know Reservoir Burst is coming back to some fusion rifle next season. That probably going to be either Praetorian Foil or Vex Mythoclast. Let's say they brought the rest of them back. Where would you guys like to see them put?
Just I mean, yeah, put them in some high level activities. You know, you don't want it just dropping from strikes. You know?
Yeah.
Everyone's walking around with Master of Arms. So you don't want that.
Some Grandmasters. Pop them in the Grandmasters.
Yeah, pop them, exactly. Put them on adept weapons. There you go.
Yeah.
Put them on adept Grandmaster weapons, and you know, you've got instant engagement in your end game and throughout the season too, because people got to grind and level up, get ready and all that. So there you go. Boom.
Well, and if
easy, just do it, Bungie. Just click and drag.
We also had some possible leaks come out this week.
Did we?
Yes. So
I missed this.
There was a possible 4chan leak on season 14.
Oh boy, my favorite leaks, 4chan leaks.
Yep. Hey,
let me take a hit.
It's better than 8chan. So the idea, as with all leaks, grain of salt, people.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's some thought that it would be more Vex focused, and that maybe we would see a dungeon in the EDZ on a Vex Citadel.
I'll take it.
So maybe make one of those perks for a pinnacle weapon. Put that in the loot pool for like the end of that dungeon. A lot of replayability in that.
I mean, they are looking to add adept weapons to dungeons. I think they mentioned that a little while back. They're really leaning into this whole system of adept weapons. They want to add them to raids, to dungeons. I think probably to all in-game content, and I think that's a good thing. I think it's a good system. Yeah. It's gotten me to want to run Grandmasters. It's gotten me back into trials and all that kind of stuff. And man, could you imagine a Fatebringer with Magnificent Howl?
Oh man,
I'm not sure you want to wish that in existence.
I mean, I think I just did.
I think you do. I think you want to do that, and I think I want it right now.
My goodness. I think that would work. I think that'd be fantastic. I think that sounds like a really great system and a great way to utilize these perks that were on these fantastic weapons that are just kind of out in the ether right now. They did it with Desperado. They're doing it with Reservoir Burst. I'd love to see the rest of them come back. Or shoot, even if you want to keep it away from hand cannons, because anytime they make any sort of positive move on hand cannons, they just become the kings of everything. Yeah. Magnificent Howl on maybe a scout rifle, I think, could probably work pretty well.
Oh yeah,
that I could see that being really powerful on a very underused weapon. Yeah.
Do you guys find yourself using scouts anymore this season?
Scouts.
I've been using Night Watch a bit more in stuff like dungeons and whatnot, where you don't necessarily want to be up underneath the nuts of every enemy you're fighting.
Right.
So a little, but everything they do, hand cannons do.
Yeah.
Or Wither Horde.
Yeah.
Sit back and Wither Horde everything.
Oh yeah.
How about you?
I've been experimenting with the Eternal Blazons more. I like the feel of that one. I feel like that's one of the first scouts in this game that in Destiny 2 that feels like a Destiny 1 scout, where it has a little bit of chunk to it that allows you to hit, or that feels like you're actually hitting something. Outside of that, I use Trustee in the GM, or this week's GM.
Trustee is good.
That one's fairly good. But yeah, I don't know. I'm looking for
Scout rifle. It's better in PvE. I mean, like you said, in PvP, why would you not use a hand cannon? In PvE, they just, I don't know, I just feel like I'm shooting a Nerf gun. I did play with I think it was the Eternal Blaze, and I got a Thresh roll on it. I was playing around with that in Gambit. It's fun with Thresh if you kind of spec into it, but but any other weapon with Thresh, I immediately put it down once I got a surplus Thresh on the SMG for the season.
Yeah.
And I was okay. Well, that experiment's over.
That's who I am. This is my new identity.
That's it.
This is me now.
Yeah. So I do see quite a few people complaining about Dead Man's Tale on Twitter, especially when it comes to PvP.
Oh yeah, that is a scout rifle.
Yeah, it is. It's a 120, but it is also a scout rifle.
I need to amend my answer. I've been using the longer barreled last word known as dead. Yeah, I've been using that.
Yeah. But yeah, okay. I was just
basically a last word ornament.
Yeah, just aging it.
Last word ornament with a longer barrel. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
And we're like, not D2 last word, D1 last word.
The two-tap guy.
I wish Scouts got a bit more of a buff in PvE. At least.
Yeah.
They definitely.
It's just, I know they've talked about it. Scouts apparently are just probably the hardest weapon to tune because, you bump it up just a hair too far and it's a scout rifle meta.
Yep.
And we all remember early D2 with Mida.
Yeah, Mida.
So, yeah, I'd like to see something happen.
Yeah.
I just want all weapons to be viable.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Well, yeah, and scouts kind of fell by the wayside a little bit once bows came in, because bows fill a lot of that play space and feel a little bit like more chunky.
Yeah, 100%. It's a two-tap, and you can peek shot more. It's
So, all right. Yeah, that was pretty much all. I had
all the news we got.
Thing, yeah, I believe so.
Right on. You say we move on to some audience questions before we end things up for the night.
That sounds wonderful.
Right on.
If you would like to ask questions, you can feel free to do so in the chat. Currently, we only have a handful, so I'll ask those. And if any more pop up, we'll let things go from there.
I've got one.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, this is for our guest host. Because it's something that I'm always curious to hear about, since like Destiny, everybody's got a different story for how they got into this game and into this franchise. How did you get started with gaming? What are some of your earliest gaming memories?
Ooh, all right, we're gonna be best buds, man.
That's right. Bring
So
it to me.
the very first game I remember playing is Super Mario.
Ooh, good stuff.
So that was my introduction. She's like my cousin slash aunt. You know how it is in certain
Yeah, I
families.
got you.
She had it, and we would play that. And then I inherited a Game Boy, and I played Pokemon.
Oh my
Heck yeah.
goodness.
Pokemon Blue. And then we finally got our own Super Nintendo, and Link to the Past was was
A man
my
after my own
jam.
heart.
And then from there, just Halo, Street Fighter. I've always been a gamer. I went through this sports game where I played a lot of Madden. I played almost exclusively Madden for a while, but since
The
I
early
haven't played
2000s.
yeah, you know.
We might be related.
You're right. Yeah, And then of course, Final Fantasy VII is just my baby.
Yeah.
Have you played the remake?
Yeah, I played I'm thinking about doing a platinum playthrough before the DLC drops. So I'll be checking that out. Final Fantasy VII and then Final Fantasy X when the PS2 came out. That was my jam too. So I've been a gamer all my life, and pretty much all the iconic games. Ninja Turtles, the arcade version. It's just I just love games.
Man, yeah, I'm right there with you, man. Like my first game console was NES, Super Mario Brothers, Duck Hunt combination, all that kind of stuff. I had Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on there. Still to this day, have never beaten it because that underwater bomb level can eat the fattest word that I'm not gonna say on this show. But man,
are you talking about the new Switch game? They're making a new one.
Are they?
Yeah.
They're I think it's a new kind of like that side scroller beat 'em up.
Yeah.
I have not heard about that.
Yeah.
Yo, I always need new reasons to whip this thing out. I love my Switch, it's my baby, 100%. But yeah, I always love hearing about people's history with gaming because it's something that I've been with all of my life. Even back in the day, late 80s, playing games with my dad. And you mentioned getting a Game Boy. One of them old gray bricks. I've got like right over there, and playing Pokemon.
Yeah.
Oh, double as a weapon. Like
so mine didn't have the back. I didn't have the back to mine, so I would always have to press the batteries in with my fingers. And if we were driving, I was just terrified if we would hit a pothole or something that I hadn't saved. If I was in the middle of a gym battle, I'd be like, "Mom, can you drive slow, please?"
Take the most fresh pressed road you can, Mama, please. Man, good memories of that. I got fond memories in 1996 when Pokemon dropped.
Oh yeah.
Whew, good times, man. Good stuff.
Oh man. Oh, that fresh Pokemon smell.
Oh, it was good.
The next question comes from Tywin. Tywin asks, out of the VOG weapons, which one are you least looking forward to dropping?
Ooh. Why don't we start with our guest?
Kind of, we already talked about it. Vision of Confluence. I'm just not excited about a scout rifle. I hope they make it good, but it's just, it's a scout rifle.
Man, but that was that was my go-to scout rifle. Whenever I had it.
Yeah, didn't they feel good in D1? Am I misremembering? Weren't scouts an option in D1?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. They were more than viable. And I was going to say Vision of Confluence as well, for the reasons that both of you mentioned. One, because scouts suck in D2 right now, and because Vision of Confluence wasn't just a good scout rifle in D1. It was the standard for scout rifles in year one of D1, and it's the standard that was carried on by another legendary scout rifle from Destiny 1, Hung Jury. Vision of Confluence was a scout that I think it had extended mag on it, had like 27 in the magazine. It hit really hard. It was really stable. Of course, originally it had solar damage, so it just shredded a lot of different things in the game.
Oh
And
man.
Scouts were good.
Was it full auto as well, or could it roll
It
full
was
auto?
full auto.
Yeah.
It was full automatic. It was the standard bearer for scout rifles, and I'm so terrified of getting it in D2 because it's going to be awful. Scouts are awful.
It's going to be a scout rifle, and it's going to sour the experience a little bit.
I forgot that they could roll with elements.
Yep.
Like those were the
In
only
year one, they had elements.
Those were the only kinetic weapons that could roll elements in year one. I forgot all about that. Wow.
It was a magical time, man.
Yeah.
Magical time.
If the one that I'm least looking forward to is Atheon's epilogue. It was just like, if I remember it correctly, and if Crown of Sorrow's auto rifle is to teach us anything, it was just a bullet hose, and like, I don't want to feel like I'm just jostling around the entire time.
At a rave?
Yeah. I mean, I've been to a couple of raves. I'm cool with jostling around when I intend to.
Right.
I don't want it to look like I'm Steve-O hanging on to a fire hose, just being whipped around.
Can we get you to do that one more time, Dan? The jostling.
I did it once.
Clip it. Someone clip it for the love of God.
Make it a GIF.
Once. Somebody on YouTube will figure it out.
At VD Flawless, I'll make premium content out of it.
Please. Some hero out there, please clip that.
It just has this song. Yeah, that'd be great.
I mean, I don't even know what archetype. I guess it would be what, a 720? Is that the fastest we've gotten D2?
I think so. Yeah. I just can't picture I can't picture it. Like,
and I don't know how useful it would be in anything.
Right. Unless it took out conflicts, not confluxes.
Oracles?
If it had
the
intrinsic oracle buff where everything shot those faster. Cool.
Yeah.
Neat.
Yeah.
But I would probably want the Praetorian's foil for that. Or at least that's what I used in the past. Vision of Confluence, I used that quite a bit for that kind of stuff. But
it was good.
Yeah, it was very good. But yeah, I don't know. We'll just have to see.
We'll see
where the meta sits at that point too, which is another conversation to have. Gray Fox posted 2 questions. With the season of The Chosen winding down, are you hopeful that Bungie can go for the double win with season 14 with engaging story yet again?
I hope so. I mean, I like the story they told this season, and I think it was effectively told, at least as far as Destiny stories go. I like the concept of the war room, of going there and like having angry meetings with an old grandpa who can't remember the things we did for him a year or 2 ago.
The Cabal.
The Cabal. Come on in here, young wolf. Get to the table. I like the way they told this season's story. So I'm hopeful they could do that again.
Yeah.
It was too revolutionary. It was just okay. It was good.
I don't think, at the end of the day, I don't think anyone can hope for a bad story in Destiny, right?
Yeah.
Like, we all want this thing to be the best that it can be, and we want it to be the best that it can be for as long as possible, right? Am I expecting season 14 to be as in-depth as season 13 has been? I don't know. I'm holding my breath. I'm holding my breath. I hope it's I hope it's as good. If it's not, it's fine. It's going to be fine. I am looking forward to Ikora Ray taking a bigger role next season.
Right.
Leading into Witch Queen, because I miss Gina Torres. She's a wonderful actress. and
Yeah.
one of my favorites of all time. In like, they lucked out real hard in Destiny when they cast the voice actors the first time around, and the fact that she stuck
Right.
around into
She's
Destiny
still there.
2 is pretty wonderful. So I hope they do something cool with Ikora, because she's been standing there looking at the Traveler for a very long time.
Like, the last time Ikora had an active part of the story was what? Season of the Undying?
Yeah. In which she built a giant Vex Gate, and then we tore it down, and she has said nothing to us since.
Almost
She's
like
mad.
she's mad about it. She's mad, right?
Yeah.
See if I
Unless-
talk to y'all again. Y'all around here destroying my Vex Gate.
Yeah. Unless she had some... Did she have a small role in Season of Arrivals?
Maybe it wasn't anything more than like
A
go
couple
and talk
lines?
to her for, and not even voice
Yeah.
lines. I don't think. I think it was just like walls of text.
Yeah.
I'd be sitting there. Sorry to make two Martin references on the same show, but sitting there like Jaina, Jaina, where you at, girl? Come on back. Yeah, I'm right there with you. I'm looking forward to hearing more from her next season.
Yeah. But yeah, the other question that Gray Fox had: top 5 Disney movie original soundtracks, and why is Goofy Movie in that top 5?
Goofy movie is number 1.
It's number 1, unquestionable.
No question. Followed closely by Tarzan.
Okay.
I'm on board. This man understands me. I'm on board. I was gonna say number 2 is either gonna be Tarzan or Hercules. This man picked
Hercules was good.
one of my choices there. So.
They,
got
you can figure out 2 through 5, 3 through 5, but
It almost don't matter.
Yeah.
yeah, it almost don't matter. Goofy movie number 1,
That's
Tarzan
number 1.
a close set. Tarzan had some bangers, yo.
Mhm.
It
Just,
did, and it gets slept on.
bruh, just
So, growing up in the household that I did, listening to pop music was rebellion. And Moshpat brings this up in chat. The Mulan soundtrack was actually really solid and very, very.
It is.
I just remember the
developmentally
one
perfect.
song from Mulan though.
The
So,
one song everybody remembers.
yeah,
Yeah, there's the Christina Aguilera one. There's
Yeah.
the I'll Make a Man Out of You. There's that
Of
one.
course.
And then I think there was one by 98 Degrees.
Mhm.
or something like that.
And I mean, I'll Make a Man Out of You is an absolute banger. And I think the other one by Christina Aguilera is what, Reflections?
Yeah,
I want to say.
yeah.
I believe
That,
so.
that's real good. But like everybody just remembers it for I'll Make a Man Out of You. And while those songs are great, it doesn't stand up to Goofy.
Yeah.
Goofy
No.
styled on everybody in the 90s. And
Kevin-
it's about time y'all put
Kevin
some
Campbell-
respect on his name.
Tevin Campbell set the bar.
Oh,
Yeah.
stand out. Eye to eye. Challenge it. Try
I
to challenge
still,
it.
to this day, randomly, it happens at least once a week, no exaggeration. I got myself to know shit.
It's one I know that you understand.
Just doing
That's
the
right. That's my man.
doing the perfect
Just
cast.
randomly.
Doing the perfect
Just-
cast in front
I
of the green
catch myself
screen.
doing the perfect cast. Bro, when they added the perfect cast emote to Destiny,
Oh,
I
man.
lost
Yes.
my mind. Because nobody understood. They're like, what is
Oh,
this?
good.
Like, it's the
What?
perfect cast. Dad, do the perfect cast.
Oh man,
It's great.
the Possum
fantastic.
Jamboree song.
Oh,
when they
yeah,
went to
yeah,
little
Oh my gosh.
Chuck E. Cheese place.
Yeah.
The girl was like,
But the car ride with the beatbox, bro. The Goofy movie went hard, bro. Goofy movie
It went hard,
so
man.
hard.
I will.
listen, like I said, y'all got Disney Plus. You ain't got no
Yeah.
excuse. I know you're gonna watch the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Go watch the Goofy movie. Do it today.
I will say there is one movie in recent years, Disney soundtrack wise, which is really solid. The
Mhm.
Moana soundtrack is fairly
Oh
good.
man,
Hey, I like Moana.
Yeah.
I did
like
like
it, too.
Moana.
Yeah.
I like the "You're Welcome" song.
Yeah.
That's pretty
Right.
fun. It's cool.
It-
It's a
it-
banger.
it's created multiple memes for me, and I love it. What can I say?
You're welcome.
I mean, so this was what, pick 5
Yeah.
this isn't limited to 90s, which was like the golden era of Disney cartoon movies. But Goofy movie is an easy number one. Since Flawless put Tarzan as a number 2 there, I'll put Hercules as number 2 and Tarzan as number 3. After that, my number 4, probably The Lion King, and just for that like African choir at the beginning of the movie. Look, I actually had this conversation with a homie at work last week. The Circle of Life is a banger. It's an absolute banger.
Yeah.
And we got 2 versions of that song in one movie. We got the Elton John version and that African choir version. And both of them smash. It's great. It's fantastic. Oh, so you know what? I know what my number 5
story about. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. No. I'll finish my story later. What's this?
A funny story about the Lion King song. I never knew the words. Like I would sing she says on the path unwinding.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
For the longest, me and my brother did not know what she was saying. So we just said on the path of Wandu, which sounds African. I was like, what's the path of Wandu? It must be some on the path of Wandu. Then just lean into it.
My
so I always think of that.
My sister during that song in the background chorus was like, you know what they're singing in the background, right? And I was like, no, what, like what? And she goes, pink pajamas, penguins on the bottom.
Dang, Dan, you've ruined the song for me.
So that's what they're singing in the background.
Penguin on the bottom.
Pink pajamas, penguins on the bottom. Pink pajamas, penguins on the bottom.
There was that. There's a couple of others that I feel very tied to as well. So
someone in chat said Oliver and Company, and I'm feeling that.
That one's good.
What should I worry?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
There's also the Robin Hood soundtrack.
Right, that was a good one too.
Roger Miller in that like singing the entire thing. Excellent. One of my favorite songwriters of all time. And then you had Daft Punk for the Tron Legacy soundtrack.
That does count as a Disney movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Tron Legacy had some good music.
Yeah. I'll take it.
That's good stuff.
Okay.
I would say Oliver and Company is a good choice there. Because that's another one that's like mostly known for one song, but that one song is good.
Yeah.
It's real good. Who was it? Was it Billy Joel?
Yeah, Billy Joel I want to say he wrote all the songs for that movie.
Yeah.
Like kind of holding true to that like early 90s Disney Renaissance soundtrack.
Yeah, good stuff, man.
Yeah. Pocahontas.
Disney has always had all of the money.
Yeah. They always have.
Oh yeah.
We're not going to talk about anything else Disney. He wanted to build Epcot to be a city of the future and replace everybody's stuff all the time. Anyways, okay, let's continue. Any other questions, gang? I think that's all the questions. I think that's all the questions.
I think that's a great point to end on. We talked about some Disney music, man. Brought me back a little bit. I was feeling my African heritage there for a second. And then
Dan ruined it.
Look, I'm just telling you what my sister told me. I'm here.
Penguins on the bottom.
Penguins on the bottom.
I'm
never gonna be able to not hear that now, man.
That's how I've always heard it. That has been. I'm 35. That has been so many years of my life that I've heard that and only that. It's time I shared.
In the hills of Wandu.
Yeah, the path of Wandu. Yeah.
Pajamas, penguins on the bottom. I like this, and I like to think that's how Dan starts out when he starts feeling it in his soul when he's watching Lion King. Big pajamas, penguins on the bottom.
Jenny's like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Nothing. Don't worry." Yeah. Hide my face.
Good stuff. This is like, you know what? Honorable mention: Hunchback of Notre Dame. That horny ass priest put a banger in that song.
My aunt,
he was horny as hell.
My aunt fell asleep in the theater while me and my brother watched that, and she was snoring the entire time.
Oh no! I remember I was on a school field trip and we went to see that movie. That was a good
Really?
movie.
I forgot there was a horny priest.
That's the plot of that movie. Kids.
Isn't
go back
there
and watch
always?
those kids, but always. You go back and watch Hunchback of Notre Dame. Great film. It's about a horny priest who doesn't know what to do because this I can't remember what her name was.
Because women exist.
Giselda.
She's looking too good.
She makes it pee hard, and he don't know what to do. Pee hard. I'm gonna burn this place down. But Hellfire was a banger.
Just burn everything.
Just burn everything down.
Girl, you look so good. You made me want to burn everything. That just
Girl, let me stop. Esmeralda. Thank you, Great Fox. Great Fox. Always the homie.
Bad Disney pickup lines.
Girl. Well, all right, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think there could be any more perfect ending to this show about Destiny.
Yeah.
This was a very professional and strictly Destiny related podcast.
Thank you all so much for tuning into episode 275 of the Planet Destiny podcast. That was probably one of my favorite viewer questions in a long time. Who was that? Gray Fox?
It was Gray Fox.
Knows
King of
up.
questions, Gray Fox.
He knows what's up. That's my dog. Good to see you here, buddy. Before we get out of here, I want to issue special thanks to our guest, the one and only D Flawless. Dude, thank you so much for joining us tonight. It's been a riot having you on.
Thanks for having me. It's been a blast. I've had a good time.
Yeah, I don't know if I can express properly how nice it is to be able to make a Martin joke. Have somebody join in on it.
Fifth flow.
Bruh, man. Point at the window, crawl back out that window, and go back up.
Man, all we got is some moldy bread, man. You just pluck the mold off. Showing up, make me a
that's
wish
right.
sandwich. Wish I had some meat to go up on it. All right.
I used to watch Martin, and then my parents would find out from the TV. It was worse when the PJs were on.
Oh my goodness!
Oh damn! Isn't Martin on
PJs.
HBO Max? I know Fresh Prince is.
I don't know.
Fresh Prince is. I don't know about Martin.
All right, I'll have to figure out
If it was,
if
we
Martin's
go through
on
that
or not.
again.
We have to rectify some things from Dan's past.
Please do.
That's right. Time to fix it.
We gotta get rid of pink pajamas, penguins on the bottom, the whole night.
I don't know if that's ever gonna leave. That's an earworm now. I can't hear what them people are
He
saying.
keeps saying it. He knows what he's doing.
I don't
know
know what I'm
what you're
doing. What are you
doing.
talking about, dude? What are you talking about?
But thank you so much, Flawless, for joining us tonight, man. It was a pleasure having you on.
Yes.
Anytime you ever want to be back on here, 100% open door.
Absolutely.
You're welcome to be in. And before we get on out of here, I'm going to give you the opportunity to take the floor, let everybody know where they can find you across the internet, if you would.
Yeah, once again, I'm D Flawless. You can find me on Twitch, streaming lots of Destiny content and other games, twitch.tv/D_flawless. Also, Twitter, the D Flawless, TikTok, Instagram, the D Flawless. Also on YouTube, D Flawless. Just search D Flawless and you'll probably find me. And yeah, that's it.
Right on, right on. Make sure you guys go and hit those follows up, tune in for those streams, peep those TikToks, and show that support. Fantastic dude here, does some really great stuff, and could not be happier to have you on tonight. It's great stuff, man.
Thank you.
And of course, as for us, Dan, where you at, man?
Oh, hi. My name is Dan Infinity. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Danfinity, where the eyes are L's. You can also find me on Twitch 3 days a week, twitch.tv/Danfinity, doing some Destiny stuff. We implemented on Reset Boys an accolade and demerit system, which is interesting. So tune in for that on Tuesdays. And you can find me on several podcasts, including this one and Beardo, and one where D and I are talking about the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, called Marvel Topics.
Yes.
Comes out whenever it goes out. So find it wherever you receive podcasts. Like whatever you're listening to it on right now.
That's where you'll find it.
Yes.
Yo, so give the audience a bit of a sneak peek. What's your overall thoughts on Falcon and the Winter Soldier?
D, you want to go first?
I love the show. You know, just as a black man in America, just watching Disney just tackle this subject. I don't want to spoil it if people haven't caught up, but I'm all in for Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think it is a very well done conversation about race in the MCU. I also feel like some of the episodes are not as great as others, particularly the odd ones. The odd ones seem to be like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Dan's more of a critic of the show than I am, guys. Yeah. I love everything. Like I'm like Kevin Smith to his Mark Bernardin. Only certain people will get that reference.
Yep.
But I love it.
Yeah, it's overall it's a good show. I'm looking forward to like watch it, like the finale's next week. Looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Seeing how that turns
came
out.
quick too.
Yeah.
Oof.
Absolutely. So yeah,
Good stuff. Make sure you guys go and check that out. Two funny dudes on a great podcast. And as a Marvel fan, I'm enjoying it. It's good stuff. Of course, my name is The Black Link. You can find me pretty much everywhere on the internet, Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, all at The Black Link. This week, probably going to be streaming a bit of Guardian games when that drops on the 20th. So you'll see a couple of Destiny live streams and whatnot. I usually stream on my channel from around 11 a.m. Eastern time until about 1, 2 p.m. in the afternoon. Probably going to be a lot of Destiny and definitely a lot of Outriders. Just started my second character in Outriders, leveling up a Pyro now that I finished kitting out my Techno Boy. So Destiny and Outriders probably going to be what you're going to be seeing there for the foreseeable future. And of course, any Destiny news videos will be going up over on the Planet Destiny YouTube channel at youtube.com/Planet Destiny. You might already be watching things on there right now. So peep down, make sure you're subscribed and hitting that notification bell so you stay up to date with all the latest stuff we're putting out. But all right, everybody, that is it for episode 275 of the Planet Destiny podcast, your guide to This Week in Destiny. Thank you all so much for tuning in, and we'll see you all next week. Bye, everybody.